Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. This is the Python for Data Engineer series, and we will just refresh our Python knowledge here to build the foundation or revise the Python so that we can get prepared for the our next main series, that is PySpark, which is mainly used for data engineers or mainly used for data engineering part. So please consider this as a preparation for the main data engineering. So let's get started. This video is based on the data type, where we will see what is the difference between typecasting and type conversion. And in this video, first we will see type conversion versus typecasting, what is the exact difference between them, and second part, the real world scenarios in the data engineering based on the data type conversion or typecasting. So let's see. So first we will see type conversion. So type conversion is also known as implicit type conversion, or we can say it as a type promotion as well. It is automatic type conversion done by Python only. We don't need to do anything manually with respect to type conversion in Python, and it's done in order. So it's done in order, that is from smallest data type to larger data type. And this is the order given, that is first order is Boolean, second is integer, third is float, and fourth is complex and then string. So as we know that to add, subtract, or to do any operations in Python, two data types or the data types of two objects should be same or equivalent. For example, this is the Boolean and integer, two variables I have declared here along with their values. So let's try to print their result of addition. Okay, so if you see, the result is printed without any error. So why this happen? Because as per the given order of data type from smallest to largest, Boolean value, that is true, get converted into 1. So 2 plus 1, we got the answer as 3. And we will see what is the data type of this answer as well. So let's print the data type of the answer here. Okay, if you see here, the data type of the final answer is integer. So this means that the Boolean value get converted into integer, and it is automatically done by Python, which is also called as type promotion. Let's do the same with integer and float as well. I have declared here the one float and one integer object. Let's print the value. If you see here, the value of addition of these two objects, that is integer and float object, is float. Similarly, if we add the float and complex number together, what we will get the result is the final answer in the form of complex number. Okay, now we see this with float and complex number, that is still complex number. We have seen the result. So till the complex data type, we have seen the result of automatic type promotion by Python. And let's compare complex number and string. If the same happens with this as well, the type error is occurred, which tells us that the two operands are having the different data type and which is not support to perform the further operations. So this is the exception we have, that is any number. Like if we try to add uh, any integer instead of complex number, and let's try to do the same, we will get the same error. So to do any operations with string, we should convert the object into string or the variable into string to perform the further operations. So if I try to convert this integer variable, that is C2, to string before performing the operation of addition, so using string function str, and let's see what happens. Okay, if you see here, it did the addition, not the addition logically, but it concatenated two values of the variables. So this was about the Type conversion, that is casting done implicitly by Python, which is also called as type promotion. Let's see the typecasting. So typecasting is the conversion of data type from one to another, but it is done explicitly. So the Python does not convert this automatically. Developer needs to convert one data type to another data type as per the requirement while development. We will see the real world scenarios with respect to these, like where we need type conversion and where we need or use typecasting after this. So the typecasting is explicit data conversion. Python have some built-in functions to do this as per the requirement or as per the need while development. Let's see the built-in functions to incorporate this type casting, that is explicit type conversion in Python. Integer, float, complex, str, string, boolean, that is BOOL. These are some functions which are built-in functions to help us to convert one data type to another explicitly as per our need necessary in Python. These are the built-in functions in Python. Let's see one by one. For example, first is integer, and we are passing float data type to integer function to convert it into the integer data type, and it gets converted as this, that is 3.7 converted as 3. Similarly, we can provide another data types to integer as well. So let's see how it works for another data type as well. If we try to pass Boolean, let's see what result it gets. Okay, we get 1 as an output, that is Boolean can be converted into integer using int function. Let's try to provide string. I'm providing string 9, which got converted into integer easily. But what if I provide any other string other than the number? Surely it will not convert and it will give value error. Let's see about the float function. I am providing the string 7, that is which is looking like a number, and let's see. Yes, we are getting float value as a output using float function. And similarly, here as well, we cannot provide any other string which is not a number, and definitely we will get value error similarly to previous one. Okay, let's try to provide a boolean value, like let's provide it as a false this time, and yes, it is converting the boolean value to the float successfully. Now we pass string, integer, complex. Let's try complex. Complex is not provided yet. 9 plus 8j. I'm passing this complex number to the float function. And again, as usual, this is also giving the type error. So this is not allowed to pass complex number to the float function. Let's try for complex number function. I'm passing integer number to the complex to convert it into complex number. And yeah, it provided us the output with the complex number. And yes, the unreal part have value 0 by default. If I pass a complex number in the form of string, let's see if it is able to convert into complex. Yes, it is able to convert it into complex number. And yeah, we have done with the integer. We try to pass complex number in the form of string to, let's try to provide any float number to the complex function. And yes, it is a success, and it converted into complex. Now, string. I'm trying to convert float into string, and yes, it is success to convert into string. Similarly, we can provide integer, float, complex, any number to convert into string. Let's try with the complex number. I'm trying to provide the complex number as an input to the string function, and let's see if it is work. And yes, it is working. So string function can work with the integer, float, s- complex number data type. Let's see if it is working with the Boolean data type. I'm providing two as a Boolean data type. And yes, it is also converted into string. Now, with respect to Boolean function, first we will try to provide any non-empty string to Boolean, which is not also looking like any number as well. Let's see. Okay, non-empty string is giving the output as true. Let's see for empty string. Providing empty string to Boolean function, that is BOOL, we are getting false as the output in the form of Boolean data type. Now I'm trying to provide proper number, maybe integer or float. I'm providing float here. With the float as the input to Boolean function, we are getting the Boolean output value that is true. So this clears that if we provide empty string or any number, we are getting all the respective records or values of Boolean. Let's try to provide a zero number instead of any non-zero number. This was about the typecasting versus type conversion. Now let's see why this requires in the Python for data engineering or in the data engineering for developers. Let's see the real world scenarios where we need typecasting or type conversion. While building pipeline, we start from loading the data into the table, that is loading the raw data. So it could be from loading the data from any files, which may be CSV, JSON, or any Excel files. So for example, if we load the data from any files, which is obviously most of the files contains data in the form of string so that it won't get corrupt while loading into the database system or our data warehouses. So to proceed further along with the data, we need to convert the string data into the required format, that is maybe integer, float, to proceed further. If database query result, if the database contains the tables where the all columns or required columns stored as a string data type or the values stored as a string data type, we need to convert it first into the necessary data type, maybe integer, float, to perform any mathematical operations on the column. Let's say if we have to increase the salary of employees from the team A, but the salary is stored into the string, then we will first convert it into the integer or float, and then we will add particular amount to the salary to increase the salary of specific employees. Next is user input. So there are some applications which may be website, APIs, or CLIs, which takes the user input as a string, and but the user input we need to convert it into any data type, maybe date type or any string or float or integer type as per our requirement to process the data. We need to use this typecasting, type conversion in the Python. Then data cleaning. Data cleaning is most crucial and important thing while working in the ETL part. Maybe we need to convert any a column, stick to the integer data type, and we can use these built-in functions available in Python. Some of the Boolean flags, that is true, false, needs to be converted into integer or vice versa, that is 1 and 0 to be converted into Boolean. We can use Python built-in functions that is called explicit data type conversion. Main important thing is date data type in the ETL processing. So data type of so date column or data type date is very important in ETL. We may use date column for many activities or many data collection activities. So it's important to convert the value, which may be as a string as the input or in the file. We need to convert it into date time. Also, there may be requirement from data processing team or data science team or data analyst team or ML team in your organization to get the data into the required or necessary data types for particular columns or specific columns so that they can apply the ML operations on the columns or on the data to proceed. So these are some real world scenarios based on the data engineering where we need data type conversion, that is whether it may be typecasting, type conversion, automatic, that is implicit or explicit conversion. So this was about the data type conversion, typecasting versus type conversion in the data engineering path. As I said at the start of video, you can consider these series as a revision or the core Python basics to prepare for the next part, that is PySpark for data engineering, where we will see all the real world concept which we required in the data engineering.